This is a lovely little sourwood here. Good specimen of something that has seed pods on it. I'm up in western North Carolina, and it's a foggy, cold morning. There's two trees right now that are dark red like this. Dogwoods, those two trees right there, dogwoods, and then sourwoods. And then the maples are kind of an orange red. So I know the camera is not going to do this justice, but this is a perfect example of how sourwoods stand out in the woods in the fall. They're the ones that are really dark red right now, and we got plenty right here around the truck. And then the part that's not going to show up very well is up on the mountainside there. From here I can see lots of sourwoods. The dogwood right there also turns kind of a dark red, but the sourwoods are just a little bit different red. And there's a bunch of them up on that hillside right there. And now's a good time to figure out where the sourwoods are at a distance, because they're a different color than everything else. They turn red before the maples and all those others turn red. Now here's another dogwood right here. It's kind of a dark burgundy color. It's a little bit different. And let's see. Oh, even in the distance out there, you can kind of see where the sourwoods are. And on this, there's another dogwood right there. And then of course, full circle back to where we started. You can see the sourwoods up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see 8 right here in this camera shot right here. Beautiful trees. They make good ornamentals in a yard too. Even if you're in a place where they don't secrete nectar, they're still beautiful trees to have along your driveway. Things are changing fast. Fall is here.
Sourwood tree with a lot of seeds against the sky. This is pretty typical for young trees that have full sun. I'm standing on a fill dirt embankment, so this tree got its start growing on fill dirt, and it has grown rapidly and has produced a lot of seeds very quickly. From here we'll look at a smaller tree that's on the level part of this fill to show how even very young trees can set a lot of seeds.
How old do you think that tree is?
Now this tree is probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3. This tree is probably about 6 to 7 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you look at these seeds, you see that the seed capsules are held upright and they crack at the top. So these are wind dispersed. The seeds are very, very small. The fact that they're cracked means that everything is fully ripe, so that some of the seeds have been lost, but there are a lot more to be harvested.
This is really prime, isn't it, for collecting seeds?
It is. This is about a 5.5 foot bush. It's growing on compacted fill dirt, and even at this size it has produced well. Okay. So we'll just harvest this by stripping them off like that. So here you have the seeds that will go into our buckets, and the individual seeds are so small they're hard to see.
Cow. So that's a lot of seeds right there, just from. Don't know if it'll focus that closely. Is it focused? That's a lot of seeds, and I haven't even done anything yet. I mean, let's just strip them off the branch. Okay.
So this bush just got jiggled and the seeds flew just from one contact with the bush.
There you go.
Okay.
How the bears grow.
Well, this tree will grow just about anywhere. It's sometimes referred to as the lily of the valley tree because the flowers resemble lily of the valley and they're quite attractive. But to me, one of the best features is the fall color. The color is unlike any other.
What zone going north will it grow in?
I think it would probably grow fine in New York and Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I don't know what zone that would be today, but it will also grow south to the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, you told me you saw some down by Mobile, Alabama once.
Yes, it's
I've got a friend in soft, choppy Florida says he's seen some down there.
Even in the swamps on the edge of the delta in Alabama, it'll grow on high ground.
This yard's where we put so many nukes every summer. There's really good mating in this spot.
Okay, I wanted to show you some sourwood seedlings that were not planted. The seeds just blew into the pots. This is a seedling that is showing a little fall color, but in this pot, which contains other things, it contains mountain camellias. This is the sourwood. So this blew into the pot, and it's been fertilized, so it's not showing any color change. But this plant is only 1 year old due to the fertilizer. But this unfertilized plant is probably 2 years old. And the top of this was nipped by a deer. So the deer will nip these if your deer are very aggressive. But anyway, these were just spontaneous seedlings that blew into these pots. So to demonstrate how to plant a pot of sourwood, just use a soil conditioner. And this is simply a mix, just ground pine bark. We're going to water this a little bit to settle it. Then we'll add a germination mix on top of that. And that's a peat perlite mix. You don't have to do that, but you might get a little better germination. So let that settle down. And then what I would do is press this down to make a nice firm surface. And then I would take some sourwood seeds like this and just crumble them on top. And I can see little fine particles. And that's it. That's fully planted.
Okay, so it's going to get rained on, it's going to get sun on it, it's going to freeze.
Yes, just outdoors, and you should have seedlings next spring.
Okay, simple.
Simple.
Do critters?
Critters don't like to eat them, except I did get a deer nip.
I think fall's just about over, John.
Yes, it just about is. Most of the leaves are down. So planting sourwood seeds is one of the easiest things that you'll ever do because they're surface seeds. Okay. So I wanted to show you, this is a sourwood tree that rooted spontaneously. So here you see the swelling at ground level. So the original seedling would have been this, but a new sprout from the swollen root area is growing even faster. So you shake this off a little bit and you see the root mass of the sourwood.
1 year from seed.
1 year.
So, in other words, those blew into your pots last winter, or last fall?
Last fall, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll be glad to send some seeds to anyone that sends me a self-addressed envelope with a stamp on it, of course. I would like to see a normal-sized envelope inside a legal-size envelope. The reason for that is if you do that, you won't have to fold this envelope. I'm really convinced that the Postal Service is having an issue losing mail. Seems to happen to us a lot these days. And if this envelope is folded or crinkled, the problem will be particularly bad. So, self-addressed, stamped, normal envelope. Our address is Blue Ridge Honey Company. Put attention seeds on there. Post Office Box 15, Lakemont, Georgia, 30552. And we're going to put them in these coin envelopes. Now it's going to be a bit of a challenge for whoever opens this envelope not to lose the seeds because they are very small. I have about 200, maybe 250 of these coin envelopes, and I will send seeds until we run out of these. So they're nice trees. I don't think they're too hard to grow from seed. They'll grow in most areas of the U.S., and people will have fun with them, I'm sure.